Hi everyone, this is Gayle. Welcome to my channel tonight. I have got an unboxing that I think you guys are really going to like. I bought a cutting board thinking I would use it for the van, for van life, but this cutting board is so cool because it's got a collapsible cutting board. It's also a colander. It's also got a couple of knives. It's also got a shredding portion to it, and you can still cut with it. So it's really cool. I think it's going to be great for van life or RV life or tiny homes or small apartments, just, lots of different things. So I'm setting it up over here so I can unbox it for you. Also, as a bonus, if you guys want to, I've got a selfie stick that I can unbox also, but I'll do the collapsible cutting board first. So I hope you all are having a great evening, a great weekend, and that life is going well for you. I'm going to hop on over here into the chat and see what we got going on. Let's see. We've got Women's Station channel is in, so hi, Lori. She says, hi, honey, I'm going to stay until 4:45 p.m. PST. I have a voiceover part in Peter Pan's story reading at Scully's House of Thrillers at 5 p.m. PST. I hope we can catch that. Stellar says, hi all, I'm playing D&D, so I won't be super talkative. And Women's Station channel says, okay. Valerie Reese is also in the house. She says, hi everyone, I'm here too, knitting and editing videos. Busy day, she needs rest. Yeah, she's a busy person. Got you, Val? More subscribers, Gayle. Yay! That's awesome. And Peter Parker is in the house, so I'm going to say hello to Peter. So hi, Peter. Hey, you all. Well, I hope your weekends are going well. Val, I know you says you've got a lot going on and you need to rest, and I understand that too. So it's been a busy time period at my house too. We drove up and we saw Stellar Piper, came back with her great-grandmother's antique cabinet, which is going to live at my house for a while. We'll see if she gets it back ever, because I like it. Just a lot going on. It was a 2-day trip. Then my husband helped his buddy do some adjustments / improvements to his brand new Jeep. He helped him put some steps on the Jeep just to make things a little easier for his wife. Some Jeeps, they're really tall. It's hard to get into them. So now she'll be able to do that. And let's see. Oh, Women's Station channel says, I meant you, honey. You're growing even more. Oh, wow. Thank you. I actually had not looked today. Like I said, it's been a couple of crazy couple of days there. So also, I want to draw your attention down to the comment box below. There's a couple of videos that I think you guys would like. One of them's a shorts, and it's the service dog's first snow. So if you haven't seen that, it might give you a chuckle. And I know some of you all are still asking questions about my smartwatch, and I'm just putting that link down below, just basically for reference. So if y'all haven't seen that, maybe you'll check it out. But I think that the one about Pipsy's first snow is just cute. Even if he wasn't my amazing service dog, I would still think it's cute. It's just so fun to see him running around doing zoomies in the snow. So fun. So anyway, if y'all want a short little breather to check that out at some point this week, feel free. Let's see. Valerie says she finally got her heating unit fixed after 20 days. It was sure an ordeal to get it fixed. Oh, wow. Sounds like it was. So, were they back ordered on the parts in addition to just not getting out there? Is that part of the problem, or were they just slow because they were covered up? I know here, after the cold snap, some people are still just now getting their stuff done too, but generally it had to do with parts more than anything. So, okay, Peter says, good night, watching a movie. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy your movie, and I thank you for coming in. So, all right, so are we ready to do the unboxing on this other item over here? Let's give it a whirl. So this, technically, they're calling it a multifunctional ceiling planer. And it comes in different colors. I got orange. I was really super excited about it because I thought, oh, this will be great for the van. And then I got to looking at it, and it's like, no, it's going to be good for any small space, not just the van. So, like I said, RV, dorms, what have you. So everything fits in here. So it's about 1.5 inches tall once it's all folded up. And of course the outside here is the cutting board. And I'll show you the colander first. There you go. But the colander expands. So you can really put your veggies in here really well while you're rinsing them off. So that's pretty deep there. I'm going to say about 4 inches plus on the depth. So you can see it there better. And it's silicone, and it just, opens and collapses and so forth. But this is a really cool part. Okay, not that the colander isn't cool, because the colander certainly is cool, but wait till you guys see the other side of this cutting board. Whoa! I just love it. So here we have this little flip portion right here, holds the large knife. And I thought it was a good touch that it has this little slider bar to help hold it in place. They didn't have to do that, but I thought it was a nice touch. So there's that piece. Then on this side, it snaps in, but there's another knife. So if you need one for chopping, you're covered. If you need one for paring, you're covered. Hold it up like that. And it just collapses. It just snaps in just like that. And then we have this center portion. If you can see right here, put my fingers through it. You might be able to see it better this way. This is the center portion. So when this is in place, it's a fully functional cutting board. Okay, remove this, and you've got your choice of options. So if you would like to slice a vegetable, whoops, turn it the right way here. Just put this in, and then just, turning it the right way, but I'm putting it on the wrong side. There we go. So just put it in like that, and then just push the vegetables across the front of it, like so. And it's got more than one of these, so if you want to just grate something, you can use that one, which is under this piece. And then it's got other little slicing depending on, the size of what you want to do. So it's all in there. And here's the piece for you to do for the larger slices. So if you're cutting zucchini or something, or potatoes, and you just want those little small, like mandolin slices, just put that right in there. It's the big one. So it's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just a solo. There's nothing under it. So 5, 6, 7, 8 to use it as a full cutting board. 9 for the collapsible basket. This got 9 separate pieces to it, or functions, I should say, and it all claps down together. So I just think that's really cool. Okay, and I guess the lid goes on kind of either way. Oh, there we go. That's a better fit. Although I did pretty good the other way. But anyway, that's the better fit. And the whole thing just folds down like that. So if you want to, if you have a peg on your wall and you want to hang it up on the wall, just like that, which is what I'm going to do in the van. I am really pretty stoked about it. What are your thoughts on it? Let's see. Valerie can see it. Women's Station Channel says, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I thought so. That's neat. Oh, hey, Candy's in. Hi, Candy. It's Laurel, but it's Candy the Wee Service Dog. So anybody that's tuning in that wants to see it, it's Candy the Wee Service Dog, but her name's Laurel. And she says she's watching and working around the house with Candy supervising. So you've got a great supervisor there. Hopefully she doesn't complain as much as some people with the cleaning. Some folks get to be stern taskmasters. Yeah, that's great for van life. And Valerie says that's really great for traveling or camping. I think so too. I'm excited about it. And I also thought, you know, if you're living in a tiny house, you've got your knives, your grater, your shredder, your slicer, your colander, and your cutting board just all right there together, you know. Or maybe if you're a kid in the dorm and you do a little bit of cooking on a hot plate or whatever in a dorm, if your dorm allows that, you know, that might be good too. So super excited about it. I'm glad you all like it too. And I saw it and I asked my husband for it and he got it for me as kind of a late Christmas present. And I was afraid the cost was going to be terrible when I first saw it, but it's not. And I'm going to pull it up here. But the cost wasn't too bad and it was on sale. So I love sales. Pull it up here. But it's so cute. I'm trying to get ready and accumulate some things for the trips coming up where I'm going to be out in the van more. Because I'm super excited about that. Okay, here's the cutting board. And it's got all those little gizmos and stuff on it. So down from like 32 and change there to 22 and change. So it's not a complete impulse buy. You know, if you're surfing the internet, it's not going to be complete purchase that's on impulse. I cannot think and talk today. And here's how some of these things will cut, the grater and the slicer and so forth. But anyway, I just thought it was kind of cool. I'm looking at different collapsible items. And would you believe the other day I saw a hot pot and it collapses too? So that may be on my list of something to get soon too. Because it's just so cool. And when I'm out traveling, I use miniatures a lot. Like I use a small hot pot. I have the small griddle that I use. You guys have seen it. So, yeah. But I thought, you know, for multiple pieces to get your 2 knives and your grater and your slicer and your cutting board and your colander, you know, I figured I would be looking at more than that individually. And fortunately / unfortunately, from the time I saw it and said I wanted it to the time he bought it, got in there to buy it, that's when it had gone on sale. So I would have paid the full $32 for it. But anyhow, you know, space saving, everything there all together, one purchase. I like it. And yeah, Women's Station Channel says it saves a lot of room. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Okay, Stellar Piper says hello to anybody she hasn't said hi to. So all right. So I got that and wanted to, now none of these are sponsored too. I want to make sure y'all know that. I have an affiliate link down in the bottom, but like they're not like sponsored. This is not brand deals or anything. But I don't know if I told you all last week, but I messed up yet another selfie stick. I think I've just flat worn it out because it won't, the head of the selfie stick won't hold my phone still anymore. So I ordered this one. I'm not sure what this is. I'll look at that in a second. This selfie stick is by Texlar, T-X-L-A-R. I've got high hopes for it. The reviews on it were good. So, and of course I got it on Amazon because where else do I get things, right? You know me. Valerie says, great price. She's been picking up the last things she needs for her India trip, which is coming up. I am so looking forward to those videos. So, all right, here's my new selfie stick. So it's not flashy. It's not, you know, fancy. It holds the phone, hopefully. We'll see. I've got my cell phone in my case right here. I always hope it's going to hold the phone in the case, but it's not. It's not going to do that. Let me see, make sure it's going to hold the phone. Oh yeah, it's going to hold the phone good and tight too. So, yay. I don't see any movement. Of course, if it moves much, I'm going to hit my screen there. And it's got the all-important remote control, which also I keep losing, as you all know. But there's the little remote. And it does not look like it is not rechargeable. I have no place to recharge it. So that means I'm going to probably have to carry a spare battery if I can keep up with it long enough to wear the battery down. I'm really bad to just slip the remotes in my pocket. Do y'all ever do that? Okay, the legs on it are kind of stiff. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, that's going to be good. This is a stiff piece, so it's pretty sturdy. And let's see how far out it will go. So, yeah. It's got a pretty good length on it. So, I'm excited. Okay, Women's Station channel has to go. She's in a play. So, thank you. Thank you for coming in. I hope the play goes well. So, she said originally, Peter Pan story reading at Scully's House of Thrillers at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So if y'all are wanting to look for that play, there's the 411 on how to search for it. So have a great time. Bye, Lori. So yeah, that's my new selfie stick. And I like the way they fold down because it fits in my purse or backpack. And I need that. I mean, for me, that's just a must-have on the size, unless I'm going out and I think I'm going to be switching from camcorder to cell phone and vice versa. In that case, I have still found nothing that beats the Fujitech. Nothing. So, but this looks good. This looks good. And it's got the other piece here, which I didn't know it came with, so I didn't read up on it. So I'll have to look at this to see what this is. I wonder if it's going to be something I can use my GoPro on, or my faux pro, since it's not a real GoPro. Those things are out of my budget. If I had $300 for a piece of equipment, don't you all know I would take a trip somewhere? Several of you agreed with me. I know. You'd be taking trips too. So, yeah. So, I don't know where this goes yet. I'll figure it out. May have something to do with this right here. This unscrews. There we go. There we go. That's what it is. Then this will go on. It is. Ha! There you go. So it is going to be probably something I can use for GoPro or other odds and ends. And this will just screw in right like that. So yay! And then putting it back in is going to be real easy, it looks like. Good. This is just going to slip right back in and screw it down. if I can get everything to line up. There we go. It's on there. So that's going to be pretty cool to have. And let's see, we go back to the chart. Oh, she likes the ancient Egyptian laws. Candy is an evil taskmaster. Yeah, I can tell how evil she is. That sweet little face. Y'all, she's got a little chihuahua for a service dog. Those of you who don't know and tune in later. And she is adorable. And Stellar Piper is telling Lori to break a leg. I had to explain that to somebody the other day. Have you all heard it? Obviously, Stellar Piper has heard break a leg. But I had to explain that to somebody. They were like, why did you tell me to break my leg? That's not a very nice thing to say. And I'm like, well, you're fixing to go do your YouTube filming. And they were like, yeah. And she's brand new. She does not have a channel. She's practicing, so I can't say who she is. But I'm like, you're fixing to go do your YouTube thing. And she's like, well, yeah, but you told me to break a leg. So in case you were not familiar with it, break a leg is an old theater term for good luck, because in the past, like years, eons, decades, generations ago, it was considered bad luck if somebody said good luck. So that's how the expression break a leg evolved. No, it does not. Valerie's asking if it has a stabilizer. No, it doesn't. This one does not. I have a DJI that is the stabilizer and selfie stick, and that's great, but it was a little hard to get used to. And sometimes I just want something that I can just, it's really bigger than what I can just stick in my purse. And the case for that is about that big. So I just like to have something I can just throw in my purse or backpack and go. So no stabilizer, but this does seem to be pretty stiff and pretty firm, at least initially. So we'll see how time goes on. I had this white one with the light, which I just absolutely loved. But I've just beaten it and banged it around enough that it's just wobbly. So I got this one. I'll pull it up too on Amazon. So you can kind of see there. Whoops. Screen window, Chrome tab. It's on. Not this one, that one. There we go. So it was just $11.99. So it was just $12. So I got it in December and promptly misplaced it. And then I found it just in time for last week's live stream. But we were drawing for Cassandra. Well, not for Cassandra. We were drawing for the prize pack, which Cassandra won. She has that, by the way. She received it, and she said she likes it. And I've got some photos, hopefully coming soon on Facebook over in the group. So, but this one's just a little small one. Pulls out as a selfie stick tripod with a remote, and frankly, if you're looking at these, I would not get a tripod without a remote. Just don't. It's only going to save you about $1, and even if you think you're not going to use the remote, you may surprise yourself. They all work with the phone with Bluetooth. Sometimes they'll work with camcorders and sometimes they won't. Most of the time with me, it's they won't. But they do work with the cell phone. It just works with your Bluetooth. It takes about 2 seconds usually to connect, and you can go from there. In fact, why don't I just try connecting it and see what comes up. And this is one that you have to pull open a little bit to get the remote out, which is nice. So we'll just try connecting it in real time and see what happens here. So you just got to go into Bluetooth settings on your phone. Pair new device. Hitting the button to turn it on. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's flashing. And that's where it's connecting. And it's quit flashing and it has connected. So then after that, just go in. I've got messages coming in. Hold on a second because it won't take a picture or anything. And watch me drop it here. So put on photos. I'm sorry, put on camera and smile. And there you go. Took the picture and we'll put it up on. That's a terrible picture of me, but you get the idea. So in that length of time, you can pair it and be using it. And I am going to put it back in my case. That's the one thing that frustrates me about selfie sticks is they won't usually take the phone in the case. Some will, but most won't. But then I have a thick case and I've got this thing with my cards in it on the back, so that takes up extra room. So I'm asking it to handle probably half an inch. Let's see if I don't have a tape measure. But I'm asking it to handle probably half an inch, so I may just be asking too much of the selfie sticks. And sometimes they'll even say that it will hold the phone in a case, but they never do. Yeah, no, this one's just not big enough. This part is just not quite deep enough to hold it. So, yeah, it's me. So, all right, let me go back in here. Candy's got a snake selfie stick, and that can be wrapped around a handlebar, like on her scooter. She usually wraps it around a bar on the second shelf of her desk. Now, those are great. I have problems with those balancing just because I have that. Again, that goes back to my case. But I love those when I can get it to balance. And I take my phone out of the case and they do fine. I've got one and I really like it for some applications. My favorite though, it's always going to be that Fujitech, and I actually went ahead and ordered another one of those, and I've already stuck it in the car. But they made one that's a little bit taller model. It's exactly like the ones I've got, except it's just a few inches taller, and I really like those. Good stable brand. I've never had any problems with it not holding my phone or my camera or anything like that. So those are my favorite, but they're big, so I can't put them in a backpack. They live in the car. So while I'm thinking about it, I'll pull it up, show you that one. There we go. And you can see I purchased it 3 times, so that tells you I like these things. But this is the newest one. They've adapted it just a little bit. It comes with a remote, and it is a really, really good price right now, $15.99. Dang it, I paid $26. Oh well, it's $15.99 now. But yeah, this is my favorite. But it's bigger, but it's sturdy and it's tall. Like this one will go 51 inches, and it's also the tripod. It's the remote. I can do it as a selfie stick. You know, it's just got a lot of options there, and it will hold a camcorder. It will hold a small SLR. It will take care of my phone, but it's big. So anyway, I'll get off of that and then get back into the chat. Oh, Candy is bossy when it comes to making her bed. Gotcha. Candy paid $10 for hers. That's a pretty good price. When it comes to vlogging equipment, that is a nice price. And those are great. You know, like I said, I like mine. I just can't, it just won't take the weight of the bigger case and the bigger phone. At least mine won't. Now you may have a better one. I'm looking to see if I can pull mine up. It's been so long though. Yeah, I don't see mine. Wow, I must have had it longer than I thought. The reason I say that is because my list goes to 2018 and I don't see it. Either that or I didn't buy it from Amazon, which I can't picture myself not buying it from Amazon because I'm really pretty sure I did. So, but anyway, they're really good pieces of equipment. Do I have a link for that one? For the small one or for the Fujitech? I can get a link. Let me pull this back up here. I'll just get links for both and put them in here. Whoops. Thanks. I just about pulled up Facebook. Which I could do. I just had in mind putting it down in our description box. And I'll do that before I forget. So cutting board is, and I'll say folding selfie stick. And I'll get you the Fujitech too. I can't believe it's on sale now though. All right. So I've got it in there. And okay, so both of those links, all three of them actually should be available right now. Okay, the bigger one, that would fit her camera. Yeah, that's the Fujitech, and I went ahead. It's linked down there below. I really like it, and I think it would do your camera with no problem because it did my Nikon D5500, that SLR, no problem. And I use it with my camcorders, so and my phone. Oh, the one she has won't hold the weight of her camera. Yeah, this is large enough and heavy enough. You're not going to have a problem. I would be shocked if you have a problem. Now, I probably wouldn't do. My husband has my Nikon D7200, and I probably wouldn't use that with a telephoto on this. But the D5500 that I had was about the size of yours, a little bit bigger, and I didn't have any problems with that. Woo! Hers can even do a 10-inch tablet. That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, mine won't do that. But then I've had it for a while, so that's probably got something to do with it too. I should have a video or a live stream on that Fujitech. Yeah, I do. I'll drop that link down in the description box too, for that video, because that might help. I'm trying to think. You're probably going before I can get your way. You're going to be back before the mission trip, right? Because I was going to say I might be able to have time to just let you use mine, and you can see if you liked it, but that's probably not going to work. Plus, honestly, at $15, you're probably just as well to order it. But if you do want to borrow it, let me know. We'll figure something out. And I'm going ahead right now, and I am putting this link for the Fujitech video that I did originally down here in the description box. So there you go. That's down there now. I'm pretty impressed, Candy, that yours can do a 10-inch tablet. Mine just won't. I like it pretty well. I definitely like using it with my little fake GoPro over here. It's just I always have my cell phone with me. And I guess more people do. And as the cell phone cameras continue to get better, I bet fewer people are going to be traveling with much more equipment than their cell phone. Wouldn't you think? That's my thought anyway. So yeah, and let's see here. I think I'm having trouble seeing the chat on here. There we go. All right, I've got it up now. There we go. There we go. There we go. So yay! And Cassandra's going to have the photos up of the things that she won last week over in Facebook pretty soon. But unfortunately, she was going to go with me to Alaska, and unfortunately, she's no longer able to go. So sad day on that. But it's really cool, though, about everything else that's coming down the pike and lots of exciting, fun things. I'm so excited. This is going to shape up to be a really cool year. Like, the more I look at the calendar and the more I see what's on it, the more excited I get. It's like, it's almost like there's, as you all know, there's been like a cloud over the past few years, and it's almost like right now those clouds are starting to part a little bit, and the future looks a little more optimistic. Are you all what are you all thinking about that? Or is it just me? It just seems like it's going to get a little better. Yes, she was going in the van with me. Yeah. So now it's just going to be me and Pipsy. He'll be my stern taskmaster in the van. I hope he doesn't take too many lessons from Candy. But yeah, now it's just going to be the two of us, which will be okay. It'll work out. But I know she had been wanting to go on the trip, but, you know, things happen. And I've got to, what is the total number of people going now? Right now, let's see, we lost 2 others. because it came to find out they had a conflict on the dates. And I can't tell you off the top of my head without jotting names. So hold on just a second. Let me jot. $12 is what we've got. So we have space for a few more. We can do about 4 more. So if y'all know somebody else that wants to go. So 12. So we can do some good with 12 people. So I'm pretty stoked about that, about the whole trip. Yes, that includes you and your sisters. So, yep, I got you down there. One of the people that's going, she's really young, so she's going to be helping like in the kitchen. She's like 10, 11 years old, going on 40, literally, and she's like a miniature adult. She just can't handle, like electric equipment and stuff like that. But she'll be good in the food pantry. She'll be good with the toys, school supplies rather, stuff like that, kitchen. She'll be good. I think you'll like her too. She's perky. And I have good news. We have a few more backpacks coming. So the bags themselves, I should have a better total a little later this evening for you. So I'm excited about that. So we still need school supplies though. And we will probably up until 2 weeks before we leave. And it looks like I am going to be leaving probably around the 10th. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. It may be the 12th. And I'll be honest with you, that's going to kind of depend on how things are with the grandbaby, because I may go to New Mexico may go to Alaska via New Mexico so I can play with baby. Just for a day or two before I leave. Y'all are not going to hold that against me, right? Get some little hugs in. And it looks like, and y'all, this may be terrible of me, but the grandbaby, she is doing so good. And it looks like my daughter may have her hands full a little bit sooner than what they thought. Not that she hasn't already had her hands full with like the whole preemie thing and stuff, but the child is trying to walk before she crawls. And they're doing physical therapy on her, which I'm sure is one part of the reason why she's doing so well physically and doing her exercises every day and stuff. But I am just so delighted, y'all, that she may be a little mobile soon, because if you knew her mother, you would know why the thoughts of having an early toddler would make me smile. I'm devious like that, I guess, right? So we may go fishing the day before the mission starts so we can bring some fresh fish to share. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Now, somebody up there may have fresh fish and they do the same thing, share it. So we may have a really cool fish night. Who knows? Last time we went up, somebody did just that. They went out fishing, I think I told you, and brought fish in. And that was just a surprise meal, completely surprise meal. She has a couple more things, but David is looking out for stuff we can use as things come in. That's awesome. No, baby time is good. 19. Wow. She's going to go see him and take him to lunch. That's awesome. Happy 19. That's so cool. Life is full of possibilities at that age. Candy says, oh, hers has reinforced components at each of the joints. She'll do a video of it maybe next week. Yeah, that'd be good. I'm not sure my joints are reinforced. That could be part of it too. So yeah, if you do a video on it, post it over in the group so I'll know. That way, if YouTube does one of its little things and doesn't get the notifications out, I'll still know and can come check. Because y'all know it's a little stubborn sometimes. That would be good. So yeah, the only thing about that, Valerie, is it may impact when I meet you. I may have to meet you earlier, like in late June or first couple of days of July, something like that. But we'll talk and we'll work that out. This is just January now, so 2 days on either side. Looking at it from January, I mean, anything can come up. But I can't believe we're already 3 weeks into January, though. Like, I think this year is going to fly by. I really do. So, and I'm just so excited to have a good year staring us in the face. I just feel more optimistic about it. I know we're going to have some difficult moments, like, you know, the whole political situation is not that great. But, you know, I think overall, I just think this is going to be a more positive year than the last two. Which I know the bar is kind of low, but I'm just excited for this year. I think it's going to be great. Okay, late June is good. Awesome. That'll be great. And I'll probably come all the way up to you this time instead of meeting in the middle, so you don't have to load and then load again. So, yeah. Valerie says she'll need a list of the donated food when you receive it. I want to put a menu together so I can pick up a few more things to bring to you. Not a problem in getting the list to you. However, I probably won't get the food until not long before we leave. It may be a couple of weeks. Last time, I want to say it was really close to when I left. So we'll figure it out. But basically, I think what I'm going to do is wind up meeting her at Sam's. Or probably, if I don't meet her, we're going to be texting back and forth with Sam's. Last time, we were going to meet up, and then last time she's like, I'll just do it. And so, as long as we get the food, though, I don't mind. And we will. So, the big thing, too, is make sure we don't have any onions. But that'll be okay. And I've already picked up a couple of things, believe it or not. We were out and they had peanut butter at a really good price. So it's in the cabinet. It doesn't expire for like 2 years, I think it said. But I've already got peanut butter. So I like to have something like that. So if somebody gets hungry in between meals, they can just go fix themselves something real quick. Or, you know, if it's midnight and they get hungry. Because that's one thing about being in Alaska, there's a 4-hour time difference. So our bodies don't quite realize what time it's supposed to be for a while till we get out there. And anybody who's traveled ever traveled knows what jet lag's like. So I will probably have it the easiest of anybody as far as a time schedule, because it's like your body adjusts, or mine does, as I drive up there, because the time zones are gently shifting. But when you leave here, when you put your feet on in the Eastern time zone and then you get off and it's the Alaska time zone, your body is kind of like, whoa, what happened? And then same thing coming back. The real big thing in Alaska, though, that's nice is that it stays daylight longer. So that's really nice. And I think that impacts the body less, maybe than what it would if you were going and it was dark all the time. So that just seems to be the two things that I've noticed with traveling. So, you know, take it for what it's worth. That's just my observations about my weird body. So anyway, but I will get that list to you as soon as I know something concrete. And I think I've got, did I send you the list of what we got last time? Because it's probably going to be pretty much the same. If I didn't, then I will try to find it again and give it to you. I think it's on Google Drive somewhere. I love Google Drive. That's really my go-to thing for storage, so I can just pull it up and send it easier. But if I didn't give it to you, let me know. Okay, you don't think so? All right. Let me make a note to do that. All right, I'll get that. I should probably be able to do that pretty quick after the live stream. So we'll hop on that. Since I've got the notes done. So, all right. Okay, speaking about the end of the live stream, I've got 7:52. Wait. 7:59. So basically it's 8 o'clock. And I try to kind of wrap this up at 8 anyway. So we'll be going in a few minutes. So you should have that list in about half an hour, we'll say. All right. Candy says it literally bends like a snake. And she's talking about the tripod. I'm going to try once again to see if I can find that thing on my Amazon past orders. Mine was called like bendy tripod or something like that. But it's like the little snake. I don't see it. Let me just do a search for it and see just in general. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. This looks like it. Mine wasn't back in the day where it was fancy and have a remote and all that stuff. Actually, no, that doesn't look like it. My legs are longer than that. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, man. Okay. Candy, does yours look like this? Because this is what mine looks like. It wouldn't come up when I searched for it though. But that's what it looks like. And I don't think mine has the reinforcing. But I can bend it any which direction. And it shows it with an SLR, but mine won't do an SLR. But I can wrap it and twist it. But if yours will bend better or your legs are longer, then I would love to see it. So make sure I get that link. Valerie says, okay, I'll look at it and send you a list of things I'll pick up and give to you when you come get the other things. Sounds great. And you can tell her so she doesn't get the same items. I will tell her. Yeah, the bummer about this is I wish that I was taking the travel trailer, but it's so difficult for me to handle. Like, John does great with the travel trailer. He grew up on a farm, so he's used to pulling all kinds of trailers. So when we got the travel trailer for him, it was like no big deal. But I drive a little differently, and I'll have the really small trailer, which will pack with stuff, but not the travel trailer. And the frustrating part is if I took the travel trailer, I would have the freezer, and I could take a lot of our perishables, at least our meats and stuff, with us, because the perishables are crazy expensive. And I tried, ordering, and it was just it was kind of a disaster, because we got it to Walmart, and a lot of things that they said they had, they didn't have. They were just out. So, I wish for like budgetary purposes I could plan better, but I have no clue. No. But at least it sounds like we don't have to worry about non-perishables at all. So, but yeah, I'll tell her, and I'll get you that list shortly. So, all right, you all. I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and hop on that. But thank you all for hanging out. I'm glad you like the cutting board. I just think that's cool. I know I never get stoked about kitchen things because it's like kitchen things, but I think with the fact that it's a kitchen thing, but it's for the band, and that means freedom, I think that's why I'm stoked about it. Thanks, Candy. You enjoy the rest of your weekend too. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me. You all take off and have a great weekend, and I will see you on a couple of videos this week, and in the group, and here and there. So y'all take care. Good night, everyone. Good night.